Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the Geopolitics YouTube channel, and today we are going to see about the unemployment and job crisis in India. This is a very interesting topic and we will deep down in this topic today. But before I start, let me put a question in front of you peoples. And the question is what the Philip curve denotes. The options are following. So try answering this question and I will supplement this question in later half of this video. So without a further delay, let's get started. According to Labor Bureau statistics in 2018, India is the nation of most unemployed in the world. In Inclusive Growth Index, we are on rank 62, far behind our neighbors. See, in front of emerging main challenges, unemployment and rising inequality, where rich become richer and poor become poorer, are the prominent ones. We will talk about inequality in any other video, but today let's discuss unemployment. As we all know, India is second largest country in terms of population, and soon it will become most populous country on earth. About 65% of population average age is below 35. Such a large youth population should be our strength, as India is today most youthful country compared to any other major country in the world. But sadly, this is not the picture. In India, every year 1.2 crore people enter the workforce. To serve them all, India need to create 9 million jobs every year according to World Bank reports. But sadly, pace of job creation is falling. It was highest in 2011 when 9.3 lakh jobs were created. But after that, it was all in a downturn. Current Prime Minister promised to create 1 crore job to eradicate unemployment, but only 5 lakh jobs were created, according to official Labor Bureau. Forget about adding jobs now. 6.1 million youths may lost job due to COVID-19 virus. Last year, when country was in lockdown, unemployment rate was a whooping 27.1%. According to CMI data, India lost more job due to COVID-19 lockdown US did during the Great Depression of 1930. You all must have heard about this PLFS survey by NSSO, whose publication was delayed just ahead of 2019 Lok Sabha elections. It showed how country's unemployment reached a 4-decade high of 6.1% in 2017-18. And most importantly, urban areas have more unemployment than rural areas. The debate on unemployment is very old. Instead of mitigating it, this problem is becoming bigger and bigger day by day. Let me show you this article. According to this, between 2017 and 2019, unemployment rate doubled. The most affected due to this will be 20 to 30 year age group youths. If we see the overall grim scenario, then most affected group according to NSSO 2017 survey is urban educated females, and reports after reports are showing that there is a reduction in number of female labor force participation. India is worst in all over world in women unemployment ranking of major countries. All this situation is a serious cause of worry for us as a nation. What I above quoted was just some facts and data. If you start analyzing whole data, it's mind-boggling crisis. All these wonderful articles are on my social media page. Please visit there. The links are in description. Moving on, now let's see what can be the solution of all this unemployment crisis. And the first one is India must increase employment in government sector. Most of Indians want government job. Since all cannot be given government job, but let me give you some fact and data. According to ILO, International Labour Organization, only 3.8% total workforce of India is in public sector. No other country is worse than India in terms of this. United States has 15% of workforce in government sector. United Kingdom has 21%, Germany 12.9%, France 25%, Singapore 32%, China 50%, and even Bangladesh 8%. Which is higher than India's 3.5%. So, not to match international standard, but To provide adequate governance, vacancies should be filled. We all know that there is not a single department in center or in any state government which is not lacking from availability of staff. So government first has to lead and walk the talk to tackle the menace of unemployment. Second one should be building social and physical infrastructure. We all compare India to China. The most striking difference between India and China is infrastructure. And this is reason why companies prefer China rather than India, despite having many concerns. Roads, ports, trains, air connectivity, big projects are the need of hour, especially in this COVID crisis. This government has focused somewhat in this field, but if we see it on the scale of India, it is yet to show its result. Third, industrial clusters for labor intensive industries like food processing, leather, footwear, wood, textile, garments can be area to focus. Imagine this, Bangladesh just on basis of garment export leaves India behind in per capita income, and just few hundred kilometers distance West Bengal, Odisha and Assam could be easily what Bangladesh is today provided the policies and right focus was the need of our 20 to 30 years behind the current scenario. Just think for a moment, such exports of garment would be from India. Millions of people who are coming out of farming would be employed in that sector. Now, if we see some other things, then policy for agriculture, industry 4.0, foreign cooperation, and focus on emerging technology is the need of hour and is the way forward. One thing I want to say, and that is bit different than many of you have heard. In the beginning, I asked what Philip curve denotes, and the answer is it denotes a relationship between inflation and unemployment. Most of you knows about the inflation as there is rising petrol and diesel prices presently in the country. Leaving that aside, in short to medium terms, Indian economy faces the two threats, and both these threats are on Philip curve, that is inflation and unemployment. The best part is government knows this. Most of you must have heard about the Urjit Patel Committee 2014 report. It recommended that Monetary Policy Committee and Reserve Bank of India should only target inflation. Accepting the report in 2015, government accepted this and the tolerance limit of 2 to 6% of inflation was fixed. It was mandated in the RBI Act that if this tolerance level is passed, then RBI has to explain this. So this reform was for inflation. But if we talk about the other parameter in that same Philip curve, that is unemployment, then there is no committee, there is no act, there is no provision, and there is no explanation. So why not better use this crisis, have unemployment in same bracket like 6.5%, and if it failed, the ministry or the committee that is monitoring this has to explain this why this happened. Now after seeing all this, if we see what government tried in last few years, then we will find out that government has launched many schemes and plans like Skill India, Make in India, PM Employment Generation Program, PM Rojgar Protsahan Yojana, PM Kaushal Vikas Yojana and MG Narendra. Manrega is only law in our country that guarantee 100 days of employment in rural areas. But sadly, it's mostly suffering from corruption and problems related to implementation. So this was all about inflation. Now let me conclude this video, and in conclusion, we will conclude this by Sustainable Development Goal. In Sustainable Development Goal, goal number 8 emphasizes on continuous, inclusive and sustained economic development for all to promote full and productive employment and better work by 2030. The same goal also mentions substantially reduce the proportion of youth not in employment, education or training by 2020. Sadly, we have already passed 2020, but the situation have turned more grimmer rather than improving. So now let's hope that India and government both will work to achieve this by 2025 now. and India wins the battle between unemployment and job crisis versus the 1.25 billion strong India as a nation. So that's all in this video. Hoping that you would have learned something. With that, it's wrap of this video. You can get free PDF of this video at our Telegram channel Geopolitics YouTube and our Facebook group Geopolitics YouTube. If you like this video, please consider liking it. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel. We will continue to bring quality content for you. We will meet in our next video. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.